Production. How may I help you or direct your phone call? Are you calling for instrumentals or are you calling for tracks? I tell you what, I'm so glad you called and we got you. We're going to put you in on that. What's going on, Miller Productions? We in the studio. Well, no, actually we left the studio and now we're in the laboratory trying to put some things down. What's going good with you? Yeah, I thought you did. Oh, okay. Oh, in here working. I'll get right back after you after we get through with this last track. And that's what's up. They're calling, they're looking for them tracks, they're looking for that help. And I'm trying to help y'all and show y'all what we're doing. So back what we're doing. What you're gonna do after you get this into song mode, you're gonna switch over your pattern. On each of your patterns, you're gonna actually pick out your items. Now this is the challenging part that you gotta remember. Once you click off of here, all of these aren't normally lit up. That's how it normally looks. What you're gonna have to do, the instruments in which you want at the certain segment of the song, you're gonna have to light them up by right clicking on each individual instrument. If you accidentally do this and you hit the left click, it's only going to light up one of each of the tracks, and that's going to get you in some issues. Okay, so always remember, once you figured out with the artist which instruments that they want to come at the specific place of the song mode, you're going to right click on each individual instrument. So we're going to go ahead and we said we're going to take the cymbals out on the second end. So we're going to go down and light all these up like it's Christmas. Bam. And we're going to copy that, copy. We're going to find us an empty one. You always want to keep you an empty pattern. Remember your patterns. You click on it, left click. You come down to edit and you hit paste. And all of the items in which you had lit up will be put into that specific pattern. You want these patterns to be set up different because as you notice in the song mode, each of them are numbered. So I suggest as you do that, you come down and you put it where you want it. So we got the 5, bam, we put the 5 paste there. Let's see what we're working with. We got our intro set up. Just the way your artist wants. Remember, you can pull instruments. Hear the piano come in. You can put the instruments where you want them at. That's the intro. Now we're going to go straight to the chorus. Bam! Break it down, hey. So now what we're trying to do, we're trying to go ahead and set up the verse. This is so butter because when you're setting up your verses, you can connect with your artist and then you have these different instruments in which you want coming in and dropping in right when you want it. So what we're going to do in the first part of this verse here, we're going to come back, let's go back to our verse 1 so we can see. We know we don't want the chorus in there, so we're going to take the chorus out. We'll leave the cymbal in for right now. Let's take out both of the pianos we had and see what it sounds like. Let's go back to it. Remember when you're switching and you're doing, when you are setting up your song mode, and remember when you hit song, it's green. If you're wanting to go back to your first pattern where your beat is just playing and you're trying to figure out which instruments you want to take in or you take out, you have to remember to go back up and hit pattern. When you hit pattern, it turns orange. And then this allows you to where you can hear it. So that's what hold the pianos out and just a bit. Or we can do straight key or chord on your first part. What you feel? build your track. You got to keep having your track to where it's breathing and it's building. So we took out the hi-hat, we took out both of the pianos, and we're gonna just rock it with the bell. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in a pattern so we can put it in the song mode. Let's see here, we're gonna light up we're gonna put these back on green. Let's do it like this. We want bam, bam, bam. All of those. Always when I'm doing this, sometimes when you go back to part 1 or your pattern 1, and you're trying to go through and figure out which instruments you want, I usually just mute them out. Once you mute them out, make for sure that once you light them up, left hand click or your right hand click on the other side, that you go back and you put them on green. Otherwise, when you make your pattern is going to have them muted, and it's going to just cause issues. So just remember that, and don't be moving too much. Light them all up. We're going to copy, go to pattern, we're up to pattern 6. Always too, when I'm doing this and I'm doing my pace, always go to my top instrument that is lit up. On that one, you want to do your right click and then go down to the edit and then the pace. Okay? If you just so happen to go to the first one and you click on it, it's going to offset all of your instruments. So just remember to watch your green lights that are on your right hand side that you're working with. Alright, so we got our pattern 6. Let's copy that down in our song mode. 5, 6. Alright, let's hear it from the top. Let's bring it back. Alright, look at what I'm going through. If you forget just like I did and you're stuck in pattern mode and you've already working your song and you go to hit play and it's just playing that one part, you forgot to go back and change your pattern to song mode. You can't be doing too much when you record. You end up mess up something. So we're going to go back. D. Miller here to help you. I told you. We're going to go back to song mode, make sure so it plays, and we're going to hear the song from the top with the intro. It's going to do the intro, the chorus, and I believe 8 bars of your chorus, or your verse, and then we'll build the rest of it how you want it to. Right there at that break in that verse, we bring the hi-hats back in, and either I'll play both of them for you. Either we'll add one of the pianos and the bell, or either we can build it up to where we'll bring the piano in on one of them and then the bell on the last. Let me set that up so we can see what it sounds like. Alright, remember again at this point, you got to remember to switch from song mode back to pattern. You're not going to be able to go and do what we're talking about right now. You have to make for sure that you go from song mode back to pattern. And that means it'll turn from green back to orange. You go back to track 1 to where you can go through and eliminate what sounds and what you hear. So watch this. I said we were going to do, when they're coming through, we're going to have the cymbal coming in. We want the clap, 1 piano. We're going to mute that one. We don't want that. We want the 808. Let's try it without the bells the first time. See what? That's what. What you think? I'm gonna do on this one, I'm gonna let that come in, and then what I'm gonna do on the last one, the dropout coming back into the chorus, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a whole nother track, and then I'm gonna take the 808 out. So when it comes in, whatever the artist that he's saying at that last 16 of that bars, is gonna put emphasis on it before that chorus comes back in here. So watch this. We're gonna go ahead and light up all the ones that we want. Remember, you've already muted the ones that you don't want. So now on the right hand side, all you have to do is right click and light up the ones that you want that is already green. And then remember to come back on the other side and left click and relight those other ones up. Why? Because you're putting this in a pattern. You don't want your pattern to actually have it to where that sound is muted. So just remember that. It'll help you out in the long run. Copy. Bam. Make sure you find your next empty pattern. Go to the top light that is lit up on. Right click. Edit. Paste. Bam. Put you just what you want. So we're going to use that one. We already know it's good. It's already on pattern 7. We're going to come back down here to our song mode. I'm always lining up each pattern that I do to its specific track. So now that I want to add number 7, which is the newest pattern that I did, I'm going to, let's move this up so we can see. Where's my bar at the bottom so I can slide down? Oh, it's up at the top. Ooh, don't tell nobody. 7. We're going to paste 7 there. Bam. Now, you can do your pacing while you're in pattern mode. But remember, when you want to go back and you want to hear what you've done, you have to make for sure that it's back in song mode. I'm going to stay in pattern mode because I want to go back. I'm going to pull this down. And I want to do that last one, that the dropout that I was telling y'all about. Where I want, I think I don't want no cymbal. I want the clap. That was the piano. Well, remember when you get back on these patterns, you got to first hit it to make for sure that only one green light pops up. If you ever get to it and there's all of them lit up, then it's going to be a problem. You just got to click on, left click that is, on any one to make it regular. And then you start doing your right click. So I want the piano, the clap. I don't want the 808 drop. We'll put all the extra add-ins. Notice on this one I have an extra track. What I'm going to do up here, let me first make for sure, I have something on there. So we're going to keep it on 7. When we got it all lit up, we're going to go ahead and copy this. Copy. Damn. Find our empty newest pattern channel, which is 8. Click up at the top. Go down to edit. Paste. Bam. It comes right in where you want it. Make sure you keep everything in order because this stuff will get hectic. It'll get hectic on you real fast with trying to do everything, especially if you have an in-house artist that's here and they're sharing with you things that they want in the track while you're still trying to do your engineering. Okay? D Miller is going to show you the best way that I would do it, to where you do the beat and you do some small engineering, and then when the artist leaves, you're able to work on it in your free time and get it back to them. So we got that. We have it pasted. We're going to come down here and put paste. Bam. Notice all of these are leveled out. So we're going to go back over here to song mode and hear how the whole song sounds in its entirety. From the intro.